Saturday ko, okay, I took you through the XAT Decision-Making Marathon. Yes, and it was a very special session because in that particular session, I solved the entire 2024 ka decision-making sets. You know, that was 21 questions that we discussed exhaustively in our class. Now, similarly, I'll just reduce the volume here. Yes, special section because in that particular section I solved the okay, so those who have missed out on what I said at the beginning, you can hear the repeat. Okay, anyways, yes guys, so today's marathon session is equally special because today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through verbal ability questions. Yes, so we're going to try out verbal ability and in a way LR questions as well because जो verbal ability section है उसमें ना सिर्फ English के questions है but उसके साथ साथ guys logical के भी questions है. Now that means critical reasoning based questions. So statement assumptions, inferences, conclusions, strengthening, weakening of arguments, strong and weak arguments, all of the critical reasoning areas in combination with verbal questions. अब verbal questions क्या है, कितने आते हैं, कैसा weightage है, वो मैं आपको बताने वाली हूँ. So I will take you through all of that. But yes guys, once again, welcome to the session. That is right around the corner guys. 5th of January को हमारा XAT examination है and we need to prepare for that full-fledged. Okay, that means see what generally happens is ये जो OMETs होते हैं, a lot of students ask कि how do we prepare for them? See guys, there are basically two ways in which you can prepare for OMETs. Okay, what are those two ways? One way is, hello Sovit, good evening, welcome to the session, कैसे हो आप? Okay, one way to prepare for OMETs है guys कि जो लोग you know Sovit भी आप पूछते रहते हो कि you know CAT 2025 के lectures कब शुरू होंगे and you're a CAT 2025 aspirant. So similarly, जो CAT के aspirants होते हैं, what they do is if they begin their preparation somewhere in the month of let's say December. Okay, that's generally when everyone wakes up and even that's not the time actually जहाँ सब लोग उठते हैं. कई लोग तो बहुत बाद में उठते हैं जैसे अप्रैल मई जून जुलाई को उठते हैं पर कुछ जो सीरियस एस्पिरेंट्स होते हैं वो उठ जाते हैं. तो December से let's say you started your CAT preparation. Okay, so what is generally the timeline? The timeline is कि आप अपना CAT preparation शुरू करते हो दिसंबर में. So December, January, February, these months लग जाता है आपको फाउंडेशन सीखने में, बेसिक्स सीखने में, क्वांट्स के बेसिक्स, LR के बेसिक्स, इंग्लिश के बेसिक्स सीखने में. फिर आप थोड़ा थोड़ा क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस, थोड़े हाई लेवल के क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू हो जाते हो. ओके, गुड इवनिंग देवांशी. सो देन यू स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ हाई लेवल क्वेश्चंस. फिर आता है अप्रैल मई में जाके आपका जो बेसिक लर्निंग है वो खत्म हो जाता है. इन द सेंस आपके जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स है वो आप सीख लेते हो बट फिर उसके बाद शुरू होता है द रियल टेस्ट, प्रैक्टिस एंड मॉक्स. Then the month of April students you know start off May April से वो लोग mocks शुरू कर देते हैं. They start giving mocks. फिर mocks देते देते उनको realize होता है कि हमारे परसेंट, ये सबके साथ होता है by the way, ठीक है. तो आई एम नॉट टेलिंग यू एक यूनिक स्टोरी, सबके साथ होता है. सब लोग आके बोलते हैं नेगेटिव में मार्क्स जा रहे हैं, मॉक्स अच्छे नहीं निकल रहे, सबके साथ होता है. irrespective of whom you have prepared from, where you have prepared from, what you have prepared from, irrespective of that, मॉक्स में इनिशियली सबके परफॉर्मेंस गड़बड़ा जाते. तो क्योंकि आपने प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस तो कर लिए बट उसको एक कैट के फॉर्मेट में कैसे लाना है, स्ट्रैटेजी क्या बनानी है, तो all of that starts from the mocks and then you again go back to the learning book, you again go back to you again go back and start practicing and all of that happens. You get to analyze your mocks very well. So this entire journey happens and ideally in the month of September, if you're really serious about OMETs, if OMETs is not just your backup option कि अगर CAT अच्छा नहीं गया तो, you know, there are a lot of people who are serious about OMETs, like okay, I have to get into XLRI Jamshedpur or I have to get into a Symbiosis Pune. That is my dream college. Like I had a student, he was crazy about XLRI Jamshedpur. Okay, in every class, every question that he asked was revolving around XLRI Jamshedpur in the XAT examination. You know, so there are those aspirants. So then technically you should begin your preparation in September. But now if that bus has sailed, वो let's say वो वक्त जा चुका है, आप लोग आ गए हो अब कैट देकर and this is like let's say your backup option ही, या आपने इतना अच्छे से prepare नहीं किया तब, then what happens now guys is the time is really less to learn concepts first and then go to practice questions and mocks and PYQs. No. तो ये जो दिन बचे हैं 3-4 वीक्स जो बचे हैं उसमें क्या होगा अब ये होगा कि आप लोग पहले PYQs, मॉक्स, प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस जब सॉल्व करेंगे उससे रिवर्स में जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपको नहीं आते हैं वो आप समझने लगोगे. Did you understand my point? Yes. Okay. Sovit says, okay, I'll answer that question, Sovit. That applies to all the aspirants actually. So those of you who want to start off with the CAT examination, so you know there is good set of books, Sovit. Ideal मतलब काफी लोग इन्हीं को रेफर भी करते हैं. But what I would say is don't start practicing, let's say, questions, मतलब full-fledged questions, etc. What you can do is start learning the basic concepts, or at least जो फाउंडेशन है, जैसे RC के ऐसे पढ़ने लग जाओ तो वैसे करना शुरू कर दो. But I would say wait for the classes, so with okay, just keep good that you've bought the books. एक बार go through करो, just understand the books, basically understand what is the syllabus, what are the level of questions that you get, what are the different you know topics, subtopics, etc. वो सब आप एक बार go through कर लो, ठीक है, और फिर रख दो क्योंकि next week ही CAT classes शुरू होने वाले. Okay, so you don't worry, we will guide you, you know, because you might start off with an area, but you might not start off in the correct way. So why then you have to unlearn and all of that. तो वो tension क्यों लेते हो आप? वो tension हम पे छोड़ दो. Okay. अरे thank you Sambul, that's really great. I'm really happy that it helped you in your SNAP examination. Okay, Anshu, yeah, so नहीं, critical reasoning भी अंशु, I take CR classes, है ना. तो okay guys, are you all ready आज का मैराथन के लिए? Yes, आज हम लोग guys PYQ सॉल्व करेंगे सारे, मतलब जितने भी देखते हैं कितने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. एक पेपर तो I want to finish with you, तो देखते हैं, मे बी वी कैन सॉल्व 2 पेपर्स अगर स्पीड अच्छा हो, अगर आपके टेक्निक्स अच्छे हो, अगर आपका आप समझते जा रहे हो. Okay, but guys, let's make it a very interactive session. Okay, please make sure कि you use the chat box. जो भी मन में आ रहा है, जो भी आंसर्स आ रहे हैं, जो भी डाउट्स आ रहे हैं, सब कुछ डालो. कोई भी कमेंट है, मतलब ऑफ कोर्स प्लेटफॉर्म को ध्यान में रखते हुए डालो, and I will discuss it. Okay, so it's not necessary that I'm taking XAT, so your questions have to revolve around XAT ही primarily. हाँ, पर अगर आपके डाउट्स है स्नैप से रिलेटेड, जैसे कोई कमेंट्स है CAT से रिलेटेड, जो भी है, जो भी आपके मन में डाउट्स है, प्लीज सॉल्व करो. दैट्स द होल पॉइंट ऑफ दीज लाइव सेशंस, है ना. यस संबुल, सो आई होप आई एम प्रोनाउंसिंग योर नेम करेक्टली बाय द वे. बट हाँ, तो ZAT का यही प्रॉब्लम है, पेपर बहुत लंबा है. गाइस पहले तो मैं आपको पेपर के बारे में थोड़ा बताऊंगी. पहले मैं बताती हूँ कि टेक्स्ट बुक MBA ऐप डाउनलोड करो गाइस. Everyone, especially जैसे सोवित, आप पूछते हो CAT के बारे में, अंशु इज आस्किंग मी अबाउट CAT एग्जामिनेशन. सब लोग गाइस CAT के क्लासेस शुरू होने वाले, CMAT का कोर्स शुरू हो गया. कल आपने देखा गाइस लॉन्च वीडियो, कोर्स लॉन्च का वीडियो देखो जाकर, CMAT का, ठीक है, क्रैश कोर्स लॉन्च किया है हमने CMAT का. तो डाउनलोड करो गाइस टेक्स्ट बुक MBA ऐप. और जल्दी से गाइस नेक्स्ट वीक देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ इंटरेस्टिंग सेशंस एंड कंटेंट, एंड बहुत यू नो मोस्ट ऑफ द एग्जाम्स की प्रिपरेशन फुल फ्लेज्ड वे में स्टार्ट हो जाएगी, क्योंकि वी आर नियरिंग, राइट, वी आर नियरिंग द डिफरेंट डेट्स. सब्सक्राइब करना गाइस चैनल को, ताकि आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिलता रहे, है ना. ओके सुम्बुल, राइट, थैंक यू करेक्शन के लिए. हाँ करेक्ट अंशु, बहुत सही बोला आपने. सो ही सेज कि ओमेट शुड नॉट बी द बैकअप ऑप्शन, इट हैज ग्रेट कॉलेजेस. और वही दुख होता है अंशु कि मतलब आप सोचो, CMAT जितना इतना इजी एग्जामिनेशन है, और आपको कॉलेजेस कैसे कैसे मिलते हैं उनसे, JBIMS, है ना. सो मतलब JBIMS आप देखोगे तो उनका पैकेज जो है वो काफी न्यू और बेबी IM से भी काफी अच्छा है, और कितना सिंपल एग्जामिनेशन है. सेम दैट अगर आप देखो, जिनको HR करना है उनके लिए तो कोई मतलब कंपैरिजन ही नहीं है. XLRI जमशेदपुर, नॉट जस्ट HR, अदर्स आल्सो. सेम अप्लाइज फॉर सिम्बायोसिस. ओके, दीज आर ग्रेट कॉलेजेस गाइज, रेप्यूटेड कॉलेजेस है। माइका के बारे में किसी ने मुझसे पूछा था, IB सैट आ रहा है, फिर महाराष्ट्र CT आएगा, सोमित शुड नॉट बी योर बैकअप ऑप्शन, वेरी ट्रू। हाँ, good Sovit. CAT 25 next week, Sovit. We are starting off with YouTube classes next week, and the course will start off towards the end of this month. You will be updated, don't worry. इतना आपको काफी अपडेट्स मिल जाएंगे, डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट, ओके। बट नेक्स्ट वीक यूट्यूब पे हम लोग बेसिक्स फाउंडेशन जो है आपका शुरू कर देंगे, ओके राइट गाइस। तो ये रहा जैट का पैटर्न। ये पैटर्न मैं आप लोग को कई बार बता चुकी हूँ, बट गाइस मुझे थोड़ा सा दिखाना था ये वर्बल एबिलिटी एंड लॉजिकल रीजनिंग का, सिर्फ इसी पे फोकस करूंगी मैं अभी। 26 क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं गाइस। अबाउट क्यों लिखा है, क्योंकि जैट कुछ फिक्स करके नहीं बताता है, ओके। दैट फिक्स करके नहीं बताता है, तो 26 क्वेश्चंस ऊपर नीचे प्लस माइनस 2 क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं, और इसका ड्यूरेशन 170 मिनट्स का है टोटल पेपर का। तो वर्बल एबिलिटी और लॉजिकल रीजनिंग सेक्शन का क्या ड्यूरेशन है गाइस? इफ आई आस्क यू, चलो बताओ, वर्बल एबिलिटी और लॉजिकल एबिलिटी सेक्शन का क्या ड्यूरेशन है? हाँ, दैट्स ट्रू सोविक, बट यू नो आई एग्री कि वो एक IIM टैग है, वो एक IIM मार्क है, तो दैट इज देयर। बट यू नो कुछ जो न्यू IIMs है, कुछ जो बेबी IIMs है, उनसे अगर आप कंपेयर करो तो ये काफी अच्छे एस्टैब्लिश्ड कॉलेजेस है। बट आई एग्री, कुछ वो एक टैग का थोड़ा सा एक स्पेशल वैल्यू जरूर होता है, ओके। या टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ डिसम्बर सोवित, ओके राइट। बताओ गाइस, सेक्शनल टाइम लिमिट कितना है? सेक्शनल टाइम लिमिट नहीं है, ठीक है। सो सेक्शनल टाइम लिमिट नहीं है, दैट्स द ब्यूटी गाइस ऑफ मोस्ट ऑफ द ओमेट्स। अब काफी सारे ओमेट्स है, कुछ स्नैप में भी नहीं था, जैट में भी नहीं है, CMAT में भी नहीं होगा, तो सेक्शनल टाइम लिमिट नहीं है, सेक्शनल ऑर्डर नहीं है। ऐसा कोई बांध के नहीं बोलता आपको कि वर्बल एबिलिटी से ही स्टार्ट करो, क्वांट से ही स्टार्ट करो। पूरा पेपर, पार्ट 1 का पूरा पेपर आपके सामने होगा, आप उसको द वे यू वांट टू टेक इट, यू टेक इट, ओके। You play to your strengths, that is very important. But हाँ guys, verbal ability को don't keep it extremely to the end, क्योंकि end तक आते आते ना हम थक जाते है ना। और फिर verbal ability के जो dense passages, as Sumbul said, the dense passages and the excessive reading, और poem भी आएगा और ये भी आएगा, तो आप चक्कर खा जाओगे, तो उसको लास्ट में मत छोड़ना, ओके। यस, करेक्ट अंशु, ओके right. Now let's continue guys. So syllabus for verbal and logical ability is very simple guys. This is a syllabus, basically grammar है, vocab है, RC है, CR है, all the 4 areas, but the question types are very unique. What happens actually in that examination ना, कि जो options होते हैं those are very tricky, okay, the options are very close and the options are very tricky, and that's the major complaint of students कि मैम हमने तो मार्क कर दिया पर options इतने close थे। And most of the times what happens with that is कि आपने जो मार्क किया होगा ना, आप एकदम श्योर होंगे, पर और जो एग्जाम जब रिजल्ट आता है, जब रिस्पॉन्स शीट निकलती है, तब ऐसा लगता है कि जो हमने मार्क किया है वो तो सबसे पहले एलिमिनेट होगा, ओके राइट। सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट गाइस, इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट that may you understand how to approach the questions. And I'll tell you one very interesting fact. A lot of students, आप देखोगे तो देखो guys, 95 questions है, right? So 95 questions में से students को लगता है okay, you know, you need a high score, and but that is so competitive and the paper is so tricky that last one of these years, a student who got 25 marks, only 25 marks, his score was only 25. He got a call from XLRI Jamshedpur. 25 ka score, and you get a call from XLRI Jamshedpur. So you can, and cutoffs are also generally around 37, 38. Usually तो इतना ही होता है. Okay. Right. So it is very important कि you focus on. That's great, Anshu. Yes, he's a really good mentor that you have. पर आप फिक्र मत करो, वो आपको सभी, हम सब लोग सब सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए आपको मेंटर करेंगे। हाँ, अब आप मेरे से एक्सपेक्ट मत करना कि मैं आपको क्वांट सिखाऊं, अब सिखाने को तो कर सकती हूँ, बट आई विल नॉट ट्राई। स्पेशलिटी हम सबकी एक एक है, but yes, we will mentor you throughout. Hello Agarwal. Okay, chalo guys. Now ये पिछले साल का ZAT था guys. Okay, the last year's ZAT examination. By the way guys, do press the like, share and subscribe button on the video. The verbal and logical section had 26 questions last year. उसमें से guys 15 questions RC के थे. RC passages are easier to read than the CAT examination. They are more interesting to read than what we get in the CAT examination. They are more shorter, interesting to read, easier to read most of the times than what we get in the CAT examination. But the questions are trickier. The options are trickier. Okay, they are all CR based. All CR based. All asking you central idea, inference, conclusion. So guys, that is a game of critical reasoning. If you know critical reasoning, I'll give you ये देखो guys, अगर आपको critical reasoning अच्छे से आता है ना, जिनको that crack करना है, I'll tell you one simple tip. Focus on critical reasoning. ये 26 questions में से आप बोल सकते हो around RC, poem comprehension, direct CR questions, around 20 questions are related to critical reasoning. आरसी में भी जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं वो सीआर टाइप के होते हैं, डायरेक्ट सीआर क्वेश्चंस भी आते हैं, पोएम कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में भी जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं दे आर क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग बेस्ड. ओके, सो 20 क्वेश्चंस आर क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग बेस्ड. Your decision making entire section is critical reasoning based. It's all about critical reasoning and analytical thinking. So if you look at it in a way, आप 20 plus 21, around 40 to 41 questions are critical reasoning based. So if your critical reasoning is strong, if your analytical thinking is strong, you will be able to sail through the ZAT examination. और basic maths आपको आना चाहिए. That's all. Critical reasoning and maths, that's the basic trick of the CAT examination. ZAT examination. This examination basically wants its students to have common sense. That's all. Okay. Yes, Sovit, I will do it. I was just thinking, Sovit, कि I wanted to do it live. What do you say? आप जैसा बोलोगे मैं कर दूंगी. आप चाहते हो कि मैं recorded videos डालूं उसके, तो मैं recorded डाल दूंगी. और अगर if you want कि I give you live sessions, I'll give you live sessions. It's your call. You tell me. Okay, so guys, there were 15 questions from reading comprehension, 2 questions on grammar, simple error identification questions, 2 para jumbles, of course with options, 2 vocabulary based fill in the blanks. The fill in the blanks have 3 blanks, so you can call it either closed text or you discuss either closed text bol lo, fill in the blanks bol lo. Okay, right. And see, 5 direct questions on critical reasoning. So 5 direct questions on critical reasoning plus 15 RC questions plus poem comprehension, almost 20-21 questions of critical reasoning. Passages के topics guys easier आते हैं, ठीक है? I will solve that 2024 का paper also with you guys. But today what we're going to focus on is that 2023, because a lot of students have been asking me to solve this particular paper live. Okay, so I thought कि today in today's class I'll pick up ZAT 2023 and definitely in the next classes I'll take you through the other ZAT examinations. Okay, so we'll try out ZAT 2023, 2022, etc. Okay, shall we get started guys? Questions आते जाएंगे, worry मत करो. चलो, guys आपको पूरा दिख रहा है screen या थोड़ा सा ऊपर का जो part है that's थोड़ा कट के आ रहा है गाइस, स्क्रीन या फ्रेम आपको दिख रहा है? थोड़ा सा बताओ. हाँ, डांस सो विद. इवन आई वाज प्लानिंग दैट. आई विल ट्राई एंड डू इट लाइव. ओके, okay. Frame is correct. You are able to see the entire question. Okay, it's fine. Originally it was fine. 1 second then. I'm sorry. There's some camera error. 1 minute. One minute, guys. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's start discussing it, guys. Okay. The first question is on your screen. Read the following sentences carefully and choose the options having all the correct sentences. Okay. Correct in terms of word usage, but mainly correct in terms of grammar. Okay. Come on, guys. Try this out. Basically, you have to test grammar usage. Come on, everyone. Try this out. Correct sentences in terms of grammar usage. हाँ ये काम बचा है मेरा. Okay, come on, guys. The exam will begin from 2 p.m. on Jan 8th. While entering into the college building, he saw the statue of Mahatma Gandhi. All the statements are unrelated. The government has entered into a discussion with the local bodies for keeping the streets clean. I will start my world tour from Sri Lanka. Amitabh Bachchan is married with Jaya Bachchan. I have been working on this project for 3 weeks. Identify the statements which are correct. Come on, guys. Main area में बताओ prepositions है. So Ishita, most of the students appeared for the slot 1. So slot 2 के लिए जो preparation होता है वो basically आप CMAT के classes attend कर सकते हो. More or less हम लोग similar discussions कर रहे हैं. So we've tried to combine it. Okay, right, guys. Let's discuss this. The exam will begin from 2 p.m. on Jan 8th. Correct hai, guys? Is this correct? Correct or incorrect? Guys, it's very important to understand your prepositions. It's very important to understand the difference between common prepositions. Okay, what they have tested you here is for, from, since, in सबका. ठीक है, इन सब के बीच में डिफरेंस क्या है, इन सब का यूजेज कैसे होगा. Now listen to me, guys. The exam will begin from 2 p.m. Okay, the exam will begin from 2 p.m. on January 8th. Now, okay, for a date we use on. This is correct. On January 8th, it is correct, right? For a day and a date, remember, for a day and a date we use on. For example, on Monday, on 8th of January. That is correct. Now, the exam will begin from 2 p.m. Guys, the exam will begin from 2 p.m. नहीं होगा. The exam will begin at 2 p.m. At the beginning happens at a specific particular time. I will not say the session will begin from 7 p.m. The session will begin at 7 p.m. Or this, did you understand this, guys? Because that happens at a specific time. So first sentence is wrong. First sentence is not right. While entering into the college. Now देखो guys, यहाँ पे क्या beautifully आपको खेल खिलाया है यहाँ पे. Now ये जो है, I do when I take prepositions for you, I'll be taking all the parts of speech exhaustively for all of you. Guys, prepositions में मैं ये point हमेशा point out करती हूँ. Okay, because I focus anybody who's giving omits ना, please guys prepositions पे जरूर focus करना. Next class में चाहिए तो मैं आपको एक prepositions का एक refresher करा दूंगी. पहला आधा घंटा लगेगा guys. I'll take you through prepositions पहले, because anybody who's giving any omits should know their prepositions well. And I will teach all of these errors to you. But see this, guys. Remember, enter itself means to go into. Whenever you're entering a place, we don't say I'm entering into my house. You will say I'm entering my house. this into is redundant or it is unnecessary. When you're talking about entering a place, the government has entered into a discussion, this usage is correct. So when you're talking about a place, enter will not take into. You say, I entered my house. He entered the college. But you enter into a discussion. You enter into an agreement. Did you understand this point? So 3 में enter का usage correct है और 2 में enter का usage wrong है. So 1 is wrong, 2 is wrong. So even statement 2 is wrong. Now the most obvious, सबसे आसान वाला क्या था? ये अमिताभ बच्चन is married with Jaya Bachchan. Guys, married will never take the preposition with. Friendship, relationship will take with. You're in a relationship with someone. Correct hai. But marriage will always take, Amitabh Bachchan is married to Jaya Bachchan. So fifth wala to obviously wrong hai. Okay, so answer option is guys 3, 4 and 6. Clear? Guys, बताओ comments में समझ में आया? Yes? Reactions guys. Did all of you understand this? Okay. So answer is 3, 4 and 6. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is an RC passage. Okay. So first guys, quickly read the passage. Okay, it's a short, simple, easy, crisp passage. I will give you about 2 minutes to read the passage and then we will discuss this. Come on everyone, the passage is on your screens. Come on guys. Come on everyone, passage on your screens. Take about 2 minutes to read it. Come on everyone. Guys, आप लोग बताओ थोड़ा, आप लोग अपना दिन कैसे स्पेंड करते हो? पहले पैसेज पढ़ लो, फिर थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करेंगे कि कैसे जा रहा है आपका प्रिपरेशन. Come on everyone. When done reading the passage, let me know. Come on everyone. Okay, done? Right, let's read it. More people signed up for Harvard's online courses in a year, for example, than have attended the university in 377 years of existence. Now, if you've gone through this entire passage, what he does is he gives you a lot of examples. A lot of examples to point out something. Now, what is that something that the author is trying to point out? More people signed up for Harvard's online courses than those who have attended the university. There were more unique visits each month to the WebMD network websites than to all the doctors working in the United States. So instead of going to the, to doctors, people were relying more on online consultations. In the legal world, 3 times as many disagreements each year amongst eBay traders are resolved through online dispute resolution rather than actually approaching lawyers. On its 6th birthday, the Huffington Post had more unique monthly visitors than the website of the New York Times. So Huffington Post, but here guys, आपको थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा कि here they have not said website or online versus offline. Here they're just talking about, let's say, a new medium versus an old established medium with 164 years of lineage. The British tax authorities का भी अगर आप देखोगे, their fraud detection system has more data than the British library. So the entire passage basically gives you a lot of examples of how, see, the author of the above para is trying to conclude something by citing different pieces of evidence, exactly a question that we would have expected. So basically, a particular, let's say there's a huge article, and from that, let's say the opening para, which gives you a lot of examples, that has been taken. And why has that been taken? What does the author want to point out? What old firms can do to survive? Does the author give us any advice or solution? No. How old firms are dying? Okay, let's keep it on hold. How automation is taking away jobs, but the passage does not tell us about how many jobs were lost. Right, and it's not just about jobs versus humans. That's not the main intention of the passage. How new organizational forms are emerging. Because he gives us 164 years purane bhi feeke pad rahe ab. How professionals, again, it's not about how people versus technology. It is not, because if it was people versus technology, then why would the author have given this example? Yeah, the Huffington Post had more unique monthly visitors than the website. Even this is technology, right? What he wants to point out here, actually, is just comparing two websites. But he's comparing a new form with an old form. So it's not just about how old forms are dying. It's more about how new forms are emerging. The focus on the passage is not on the death of old. The focus of the passage is on the shift to the new. Okay, so that's why, guys, your answer option is 4. You have to understand why has the author written this passage. Central idea, theme-based, tone-based questions are very, very crucial in the XAT examination. Okay, similarly, if you have a look at the next one. Okay, 1 minute, guys. This seems to have gotten stuck. Just 1 minute. I will resolve this. Okay, I hope all of you have understood this. Just refreshing. Okay, if you have any doubts, let me know, guys. Come on, everyone. अपने comments एक बार chat section में डालना. Just refreshing. Yes, Anshu, go ahead. Okay, I'll explain it again, Sobit. Let me just refresh. You want me to explain the question again or the passage? Okay, ये हो गया हमारा चालू वापस. Okay, listen. ठीक है. So we'll just understand this. See, that options are basically about elimination. ठीक है, वो important है समझना. Now you have to understand why has the author given these examples. What is the point? Yeah, I'll explain that. What is the point that the author wants to prove? Why has he written this passage? ठीक है. Now, can I say that the passage is not about humans versus technology? yes, the passage is definitely not about human versus technology, right? क्योंकि अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे, the passage is not about humans versus technology. It's basically about 377 years of existence. ये देखो, 164 years of age. ये देखो, okay. अब ये देखो, basically they are talking about how, even अगर आप US tax authority का देखो, so it's basically talking about offline versus online. It's talking about old forms of technology or old websites versus new websites, or old sources like the New York Times versus new sources like the Huffington Post, right? So it's basically talking about different forms. Now they have not told us how many jobs were lost. They have not told us how many professionals were displaced. उनका job छूट गया, उनकी employment छूट गई. They have not mentioned all of that. So I can eliminate 3 and 5. It is not human versus technology. That is not the goal. The goal is old forms of technology or old forms of organization versus new forms. So I've eliminated 3 and 4. Even 1 says what old firms can do to survive. Now the passage does not tell us any solution, or it does not give us any suggestion. It does not give us any recommendations, right? So it does not tell us what they can do or what steps they can take. That is not mentioned. So that's why I can eliminate answer option 1. अब मेरे पास बचा क्या? मेरे पास बचा ये दो. See, देखो यही हो जाता है. आप बाकी options eliminate कर जाते हो. 2 options which are very close, which are very tricky, you get stuck between the 2. How old firms are dying, how new organizational forms are emerging. Now, they have not told us that these forms are dying. They have not told that the British Library is dying. Did you understand that? They have not told that the British Library is dying or New York Times is dying. They have not told that, Harvard University is dying. That is not the intention at all. What the author wants to say is how this online course is doing better than the age-old university, or how this network is doing better than the traditional doctor के पास जाके दिखाना, how online dispute resolution system is doing better, how Huffington Post is doing better. So it's mainly talking to us about how they are emerging or how new different types of organizational structures are coming up. Okay, did you understand this now? Clear with this? Okay, so that's why your answer option is 4. Okay, yes, Anshu, आपका question, guys, तब तक सब लोग third question को try out करो. Anshu, my academic background. So I have done my MBA in finance and marketing था मेरा specialization, and then I went on to do NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and a lot of other courses revolving around organizational structure and behavior. So that included a lot of behavioral training and leadership courses along with NLP. Okay, and that's my academic background. And professionally, well, I worked in this particular examination training. अगर आप specifically इसका बात करोगे, so it's going to be 11 years, so it's 10 plus years that I've been working teaching students like you to crack these entrance examinations. I worked over places, कुछ तो आपको पता ही होंगे. And in addition to that, I worked with a lot of corporates relating to, sort of behavioral training, and also a lot of colleges. Worked with them closely for their placements and, basically placements बोल सकते हो आप. I'll not get into the nitty-gritties of it. Okay, right. So चलो, अब इस question पे आते हैं. So guys, let me know आप लोग किस exams के लिए try out कर रहे हो, वो भी थोड़ा बताओ. ठीक है, आप लोग अभी working हो, professionals हो, आप लोग अभी preparation के लिए full time dedicate कर रहे हो, students हो अभी तक, थोड़ा सा बताओ guys आपके बारे में. चलो. This is the third question. It's not related to the previous passage. This is a critical reasoning question. Most meaningful conclusion. This is a standalone critical reasoning question. Come on, try this out. पीयूष, अब उससे क्या होगा? आप क्वेश्चन आपको समझ में आ रहा है नहीं वो बताओ पहले. चलो, आंसर समझ में आ रहा है, क्वेश्चन समझ में आ रहा है, टेक्निक समझ में आ रहा है, किसके लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो आप? कम ऑन. Come on everyone, try this out. डिस्कस करें गाइस. डन है? पढ़ लिया आपने? Okay, chalo. As a generation, we are rethinking what we are to others. Our technological prowess has become a wireless lifeline for others. Now, इधर आके students छोड़ देंगे या समझेंगे अरे 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 क्या बोल दिया उन्होंने. You know, they'll be like, what is this? I'm not able to understand. And XAT अब अपने XAT हरकतों पे आ गया है and I'm not. Guys, don't be phased out, okay? Sometimes, even what happens in CAT का para summary, the passage may look really complicated or tricky, but आपको philosophy में तो जाना नहीं है, आपको उसके in-depth analysis में, life lessons में आपको तो जाना नहीं है. You just need to understand how much the question is asking you for. So before going to the question, एक बार eliminate मत करना. Maybe the question is simple, ठीक है? थोड़ा सा you can make sense of it. I know these are dense to read, and guys, those who are starting out with आपका CAT preparation ना, there's a particular, I have released a video also, guys. आप देखना, reading sources, okay, reading sources करके I have released a video on the same channel, जिसमें I have taken you through an analysis of the last 5 years CAT examination के कहाँ से passages आए हैं, कौन से source से आए हैं, and what you should start reading. Because a lot of students think कि, you know, I will read the Hindu or the Times of India or the Deccan Herald and that is enough. I will read those editorials and that is enough. But do the passages come from that these days? No. The passages are coming from altogether different sources. So I have done it a very in-depth analysis, guys. मेरे को काफी उस पे मेहनत लगी है. आप जरूर देखना उसको, पर वो मैंने आपके लिए किया है, ठीक है? तो आप उसको जरूर देखना, जिसमें मैंने आपको बताया कि आपको कौन से सोर्सेस से, कौन से न्यूज़पेपर्स या कौन से ब्लॉग्स है या कौन से वेबसाइट्स है, यू नो, जहां से आपको पढ़ना चाहिए. क्योंकि अगर आप, फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आप, इफ यू सी कैट 2024 एंड कैट 2023, majority of the passages were from two sources. One was the Guardian and the other one was from the Economist. Guardian is the British daily, okay, and Economist से. So I have told you which sources, few sources, 4-5 sources है जो मैंने main identify किए हैं. Definitely watch that video, guys. Trust me, it will be a game changer. And so with you were asking now where to start from. So till we start our class, not just till we start, you have to do this exercise till the CAT examination actually. Start reading those sources which I have mentioned. At least one article every day. 2 articles बहुत अच्छा होगा. हाँ, अंशु आप भी, and all of you actually. Okay, now let's understand this. Some of us apply ourselves to innovations, hackathons and other forms of technological creativity. Our families look to us to know how to use technology both to waste time and make meaning. True. अभी आप लोग use कर रहे हो, that is make meaning. Hope, yeah. And yes, correct Anshu, that's very correct. Some of us set up FaceTimes for those denied face-to-face time. See, देखो कितना beautifully written line है ना. Face-to-face time हम लोग को मिलता नहीं है, बैठ के बात करने का हम लोग को time मिलता नहीं है. तो we have replaced that with FaceTime. We show them it will be okay, that digital relationships are real relationships. That's what we're trying to show. Though in fact we are not always sure. You know, of course, digital relationships are, anyway, the author says कि that's what we try to pretend or exhibit या show करना चाहते हैं, पर वैसा शायद होता नहीं है. Which of the following will be the most meaningful conclusion of the passage? Change is the only constant in life, so people must embrace technology. You will always find one option which is giving some unnecessary advice and suggestion जो passage में दिया ही नहीं है. The passage does not give us this suggestion that people must embrace technology. He does not make this recommendation itself. And the main idea about the passage is not even about change. Technological advancement helps society derive meaning from work. Again, this is only related to work. But this is not specific only to work, right? If you look at it, we're not just talking about work, we're also talking about families. Simple elimination. मैं आपको पूरा dense meaning भी नहीं समझाया आपको, है ना? फिर भी simple elimination जैसे आप एग्जाम में कर सकते हो, बिना चीजों के डेप्थ में घुसे हुए. The pandemic has increased. This is completely irrelevant because of the word pandemic. ठीक है, इसको हम लोग eliminate कर देंगे. Technology is destroying. No, the author is not so extreme or not so harsh or not so extreme. He's not. Technology usage has changed social relations. The main line, conclusion, generally towards the end, the author would be talking about it, कि digital relationships. So it's basically about relationship. Okay, and how that has changed and why this generation. कैसे बोल सकते हो आप this generation? Because they are talking about as a generation we. Did you understand this? Okay, got it guys? पीयूष आप आंसर दो, आपको भी शाउट आउट मिलेगा. चलो लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट वन. आंसर ही नहीं, आप डाउट पूछो, आंसर दो, दैट पे फोकस करो तो आपको शाउट आउट मिलेगा. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस, पंक्चुएशन से रिलेटेड है, देखते हैं. चलो गाइस क्विकली जल्दी जल्दी ट्राई करो. चलो फोर्थ क्वेश्चन ऑन योर स्क्रीन. कम ऑन गाइस, बताओ आंसर, बताओ सब लोग. गाइस कल सीमैट की क्लास है 9 बजे, 1 घंटे की होगी, 9 से 10. लैंग्वेज कॉम्प्रिहेंशन एंड क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग की क्लास है, तो अटेंड करना. ठीक है, जो लोग स्नैप के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, सीमैट, मैट, ओके, लेवल सेम है, टॉपिक सेम है. सो आई वांट टू सी ऑल ऑफ यू देयर एट 9 PM tomorrow as well. Okay, come on. Which of the following sentences have the correct usage of punctuation? Hello, Pratham. How are you? Come on, guys. Question on your screen. चलो 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 गाइस, कम ऑन गाइस. 1 घंटा कैसे चला गया ना मुझे पता चला, एंड होपफुली ना आपको पता चला हो. कम ऑन, क्वेश्चंस इंटरेस्टिंग है गाइस. ठीक है, अब मैं डिस्कस करूं. सुनो, इटली इज फेमस फॉर देयर कंपोजर्स. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गाइस, इटली के लिए हाउ कैन यू यूज देयर? Okay, you cannot use there, right? You will tell me this, ma'am, how can we use there? But I will tell you to keep it on hold. I will explain this part to you. But पहले guys, punctuation usage देख लेते हैं. First, let's just see punctuation usage. Okay, Italy is famous for their composers and musicians. Semicolon. France, I'm just highlighting the prepositions. For their chefs and philosophers. Semicolon. Poland for their mathematicians and logicians. Now, there is an important topic called parallelism. That the structure that we use should be parallel. Okay. Now, Italy is famous for their composers and musicians. यहाँ पे, see, basically they're talking about 3 countries. And they are contrasting what they are famous for. ये word सुनो guys, contrast कर रहे हैं. Are the 3 sentences or are the 3 parts completely different in nature? No. Same चीज की बात हो रही है ना कि वो लोग किस चीज में famous है. But एक contrast लाया जा रहा है. So same चीज, related चीज, but contrast बताया जा रहा है. Okay, so that is why they have been separated by semicolons. So semicolon is correct, but full stop is wrong. Italy is famous for its composers and musicians, full stop. France for its chefs and philosophers. If you look at this, अगर ये full stop हो गया, but then this part will be an independent statement. Is it an independent statement? France for its chefs and philosophers. France for its what? France is famous for its, तब complete हो जाता, but सिर्फ ऐसे लिखोगे तो ये complete नहीं है. So I'm going to eliminate answer option 4. Now Italy is famous for its composers and musicians, comma. Comma is not the correct way to separate these clauses. Why? Because it's not like you're listing down कि ठीक है आप market जा रहे हो, एक pen लिया ना comma, एक book लिया ना comma, आप listing नहीं कर रहे हो यहाँ पे. You're trying to show the contrast. है ना? तो कॉमा और फुल स्टॉप डज नॉट मेक इट हियर. ठीक है, कॉमा एंड फुल स्टॉप नहीं. वी हैव टू सेपरेट दीज क्लॉजेस विथ सेमीकोलन्स. वी हैव टू सेपरेट दिस विथ सेमीकोलन्स. ठीक है, अब गाइस आप बताओ मेरे को कौन सा राइट आंसर है, 1 या 5? इतना मैंने आपके लिए कर दिया है, अब आप मुझे बताओ 1 या 5. What is the right answer? पीयूष, shout out to you now. चलो बताओ मेरे को 1 या 5 क्या right answer लगता है. प्रथम बताओ, अंशु, प्रथम, सोवित, पीयूष. Come on guys, what do you think is the right answer? 5. Okay. नो तो अब मैंने क्या किया, मैंने आपको किया थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज ताकि मैं देखूं कि आप लोग पढ़ रहे हो या सिर्फ भेड़ चाल में जा रहे हो. मैंने बोल दिया एलिमिनेट करना है, एलिमिनेट कर देंगे. मैंने बोला मैं समझा दूंगी, समझा. गाइस आप लोग को खुद से सोचना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू आस्क मी, नो मैम यू हैव टू, योर लॉजिक इज रॉन्ग. नो मैम इट कैन नॉट बी दिस वे. नो मैम आपने जो बोला है यहाँ पे, स्टार्ट क्वेश्चनिंग गाइस. डोंट जस्ट से हाँ 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 फॉर एवरीथिंग. ओके, पहले तो मैं आपको बता दूं कि इटली इज फेमस फॉर देयर कंपोजर्स. यू कैन नॉट यूज देयर बिकॉज यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इटली विच इज अ नेशन. यू हैव नॉट सेड इटालियंस, तो देयर नहीं आ सकता. ठीक है, तो इस हिसाब से फर्स्ट ऑप्शन आउट है, फिफ्थ ऑप्शन आउट है बिकॉज देयर आ रहा है. ओके, फोर्थ ऑप्शन आउट है बिकॉज दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट is not a complete sentence. फुल स्टॉप से सेपरेट करोगे तो अलग अलग कंप्लीट सेंटेंस होने चाहिए ना. फ्रांस फॉर इट्स शेफ्स एंड फिलोसोफर्स, ये कंप्लीट सेंटेंस कैसे हो गया? ये कंप्लीट सेंटेंस नहीं है. सो 4 एलिमिनेट हो गया, 5 एलिमिनेट हो गया, 1 एलिमिनेट हो गया. अब आप बोलोगे मैम वो कॉन्ट्रास्ट, वो सेमीकोलन वाला, दैट इज व्हाई गाइस द ऑप्शंस आर ट्रिकी एंड कंफ्यूजिंग. आई वुड हैव आइडियली प्रेफर्ड टू यूज सेमीकोलन्स टू बी ऑनेस्ट, बट क्या करें, वैसे ऑप्शन ग्रामेटिकली इनकरेक्ट है. हाउ कैन यू यूज देयर फॉर इटली? ये तो बेसिक चीज है ना. सो नाउ व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर गाइस? अंडरस्टैंड, द राइट आंसर ओवर हियर इज 2. इटली इज फेमस फॉर इट्स कंपोजर्स एंड म्यूजिशियंस, कॉमा. फ्रांस फॉर इट्स शेफ्स एंड फिलोसोफर्स, कॉमा. एंड पोलैंड फॉर इट्स मैथमेटिशियंस एंड लॉजिशियंस. Technically, okay, this is not the best option. I would have preferred to use semicolons to separate the 3 countries ka list. But okay, then you will ask me, ma'am, why not 3? Italy is famous for its composers and musicians. France for its chefs and philosophers. Poland for its mathematicians and logicians. But guys, France for, nahi, you have to put a comma there. अगर आप यहाँ पे कॉमा लगाओगे तभी अज्यूम होता है कि you're continue. Okay, instead of saying France is famous for its chefs, I've used a comma here. Did you understand my point here? So answer option is 2. समझ में आया guys? चलो नेक्स्ट वाला, ये सबको सही आना चाहिए गाइस. इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. स्ट्रेंथनिंग वीकनिंग, मैंने आपको काफी क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग से यू नो आई मेड यू गो थ्रू इट. आई वांट यू टू गिव मी द राइट आंसर हियर गाइस. Guys, no irrelevant comments. Okay, focus on the lecture. Come on. Got it? Great, Sovit. Come on, guys, focus on the lecture. Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. Come on, guys. Try this out. Come on, everyone. Come on, guys. Okay, right. Shall we discuss this? Chalo. When facing various challenges, people in today's digital world heavily rely on private online information seeking behavior. I think all of us, हम सब इसके लिए guilty है, right? आपको कुछ भी होता है, especially medically, right? हम लोग पहले क्या करते हैं, सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं हम लोग गूगल पे चेक करते हैं कि हमारे सिम्टम्स ये है और गूगल हमको पूरा डरा देता है, राइट? आपको हर एक जो सबसे बड़ी से बड़ी बीमारी है वो इमेजिन करवा देती है गूगल. एंड देन यू नो आप सब जानते हैं कि मोस्ट ऑफ अस टर्न ऑनलाइन, मतलब कुछ भी हो पहले निकलता है फोन, उस पर जाता है, आप गूगल पे आपका हाथ और आप टाइप करना शुरू कर देते हो और सर्च बटन दबा देते हो. सो व्हाटएवर, राइट? चाहे वो कोरा हो, एंड ऑल ऑफ अस आर गिल्टी ऑफ दिस. So this particular passage is specific to depression related information. It says a lot of people, they try to search information about what they're going through in terms of depression. Now and then, so देखो guys, अगर आप passage का structure देखोगे, तो passage का structure ऐसे है. It starts with something general and then it narrows down to something specific. It starts with something general, online information seeking behavior. Okay, then it becomes a little specific. It talks about depression, online seeking behavior. Then it becomes even more specific and it talks about election के पास. आपने देखा था कि a lot of people started searching about depression, and the author has concluded based on this we can conclude that elections is a psychologically traumatizing event and it is depressionogenic. Okay, it leads to depression. So the author has concluded it. Now guys, actually अगर आप देखोगे तो author ने यहाँ पे एक fallacy की है. वो fallacy क्या है? The fallacy is incorrect correlation. अगर event A होता है और event B होता है साथ में, you cannot say A happened because of B or B happened because of A. Okay, elections आए, लोग ज्यादा डिप्रेशन के बारे में सर्च करने लग गए. They could be two completely different events, but the author has linked them. He said that okay, then we can conclude that because of elections ये depression हो रहा है. So which of the following most weakens the conclusion? We have to show no, the conclusion is not right. What is the conclusion? Election is depressionogenic. You have to show that not necessarily. Now एक चीज यहाँ ध्यान में रखना गाइस, जब भी आप वीकन करो ना, सुनो एक चीज ध्यान रखना, जब भी आप वीकन करो, you have to weaken the conclusion and not the data. ये पॉइंट बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है, बहुत ज्यादा. यू हैव टू सी दैट ये पार्ट जो है, इट इज डेटा. डोंट वीकन द डेटा. Don't say that no, we don't use online information seeking, we don't display online information seeking behavior. No, people don't search about depression. हमको वो part negate नहीं करना है. We have to negate this part, the conclusion. The conclusion is that election is depressionogenic. You have to negate this, कि no, not necessarily. Okay. So per day sale of anti-depression drugs is constant across the years in country Y. So this proves that anti-depression drugs is constant. That means the depression has not increased. Maybe online behavior, online ज़्यादा search करने लगे लोग पहले से, but this shows that the depression is constant. So when the author says that election is depressionogenic, it causes more depression, you are weakening or negating it by saying that no, that is constant. But you have to check the other options also. Many people do not use the internet. No, you don't have to. And first of all, who is talking about country X? दूर दूर तक country X यहाँ पे है ही नहीं. Election is a festival in some countries. Happily choose. Again, we are not talking about some or other countries. We are talking about Y. We are talking about country Y. Depression-related advertisements are on the rise. During and just after the election, this is actually strengthening. ये बोल रहा है कि हाँ, उस पीरियड के टाइम पे डिप्रेशन के बारे में काफी इंफॉर्मेशन सर्कुलेट होता है. Why? Because maybe that's the period where people undergo this particular problem. A survey in country Y shows that an election can cause a significant increase. Again, this is strengthening. It shows that there can be an increase in the level of depression. So this is also strengthening. Guys, please focus on critical reasoning. आप focus, अब जो लोग especially start कर रहे हैं अपना preparation, Sovit and everyone, Anshu, all of you guys, Shweta and everyone, guys, focus on critical reasoning. If you focus on critical reasoning, आपके सारे verbal के exams खुशी खुशी निकल जाएंगे. चलो, next question on your screen. Come on, guys. Para completion. Come on. ये सब कैट में हम लोग कर चुके हैं और यू नो सिंपल है गाइस. ज्यादा आपको बढ़ा थोड़ा पढ़ना ज्यादा पड़ता है, बस वही बात है. चलो, come on everyone. आप क्या कर रहे हो? अंशु भी पढ़ रहे हो, वर्क कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो? अंशु डेडिकेटेड स्टूडेंट है एकदम. हर क्लास में अंशु और सोवित डेडिकेटेड है. So Sovit, regarding critical reasoning, actually I'm going to come up with an exhaustive series of critical reasoning. मैं थोड़ा सा आपको मेरा plan बता देती हूँ, because Sovit, you've been asking a lot about CAT, right? मैं थोड़ा सा आपको मेरा जो teaching methodology या plan बता देती हूँ. See, when it comes to the CAT examination, basically 5 areas होते हैं, है ना? तो vocabulary होता है, grammar होता है, critical reasoning होता है, reading comprehension होता है, and verbal reasoning. When I say verbal reasoning, it includes all your para jumbles, para formation questions, odd one out, etc. Now you will tell me, but ma'am, vocabulary, direct questions we've not been seeing in the CAT examination, grammar we've not been seeing, critical reasoning also. So I will tell you that this is basically the backdrop. Okay, if your vocab is strong, only then you will be able to understand the passages. And other omits, of course, give you direct vocab questions. Same with grammar. And critical reasoning is basically the foundation. If you do not know strengthening, weakening, assumption, conclusion, inference, exception questions, difference between them, etc., you will completely falter. A mistake that most students make, and I've also seen a lot of guidance, jahan pe I feel that there's a mistake. What they do is, or what students do is, they jump directly into reading comprehension. And that is when they see that they're not understanding the questions, they're not understanding the passage, they are not able to understand basic, matlab, you're getting it wrong, you're not able to eliminate answer options, etc. All of that will start. Even same applies with para jumbles, para completion, etc. That will happen. If you do not first focus on vocab, grammar and critical reasoning, that will happen. So before taking you through reading comprehension, what I will do is I will take you through entire critical reasoning, complete critical reasoning, and एकदम basic से लेकर high level के questions तक. So RC will become a cakewalk for you. That is basically my intention. And then even when we come to RC, we'll try out all patterns of critical reasoning questions, almost 40 to 50 different types of questions, types. And I'll expose you to all of those types. That is very important. So that work is something that I will be putting in. Your work is just to be regular and attend the sessions and practice whatever material I give you. Okay, and just be throughout this particular course and journey. Trust me, if you follow this pattern, vocab, grammar, critical reasoning, then the main areas RC and verbal reasoning, you cannot go wrong. So critical reasoning, I will take you through the exhaustive course. Matlab, we'll have sessions, lots of sessions on critical reasoning. Don't worry, throughout your entire next year, I will take care of that. Okay. अच्छा, great अंशु. तो आपका background किस में है? Science, arts, commerce किस में है? Okay, now let's come to this question. ठीक है, आपको क्या लगता है guys? Answer क्या है? What do you think? Answer क्या है इस particular passage का? Come on guys, answer बताओ. So no, Shweta, for CMAT, YouTube will be complimentary. The main crash course is starting on Plus. So it started today itself. Plus in the sense the paid classes. That started on the paid version, on the app. That's the paid course. So that's the complete part. This is just ancillary. Okay, this will be complimentary. Here will be more of mock analysis and PYQs and strategy sessions, and the complete course will be on the app. Okay. Right. Let's answer this, guys. In the future, hydrogen may form a significant part of our energy systems. Today, it is mostly used in oil refineries, fertilizer, but in the future, hydrogen could power our cars, heat our homes, and fuel industry. A recent McKinsey study suggested that in less than 25 years, hydrogen could account for 18% of global energy consumption and reduce carbon dioxide emissions from current levels by some 6 gigatons. Now, guys, इस question का structure देखो. I don't know how many of you were able to identify that. Generally क्या होता है? Author data देता है और फिर conclusion बताता है. Right? This is a general pattern. What we generally follow is, even when we write, first we give the data, first we give the evidence, the data, and then on the basis of that data or evidence, we give our conclusion. That's a general pattern. But here, the author has first given the conclusion, and then he has come down to the data. Okay, now Germany unsuccessfully experimented with trains fuel. This is negative in nature. This says that hydrogen may not, be the future. It is not that promising as a future. One goes out. Earlier, experts thought that hydrogen fuel would be too expensive. Cost, irrelevant. Again, this option is negative. Hydrogen, understand the tone of the passage. The tone is clearly positive for hydrogen. Suddenly, आप ये negative point लाओगे यहाँ पे. Hydrogen can be made through reformation, electrolysis, or now this is too specific about making or manufacturing of hydrogen. It has nothing to do with hydrogen and, let's say, energy systems. And it's too specific. This is not even the content, or this is not even the theme or the main idea of the passage. Despite the potential, 90% of the general population knew nothing. Again, this is negative. Now, the impact of such a change in the energy system would be huge. generating 2,500 billion in revenue and creating more than 30 million jobs. So it's a significant part of our energy systems. Okay, got it, guys? Everyone, did you understand this? Clear? Okay, right, let's go to the next question. Okay, that's great, Anshu. Okay, so with, it's far, it's pretty far. I guess it's about distance specifically, I'll check and let you know. But आप बोल सकते हो कि 1-1.5 घंटा लग जाता है. And Bangalore traffic is something that I don't know has been made really infamous. But I personally feel कि I थोड़ा सा इतना भी ज़्यादा नहीं है जितना बताया जाता है. या I don't know, maybe I've not traveled during those timings or to those places, but ठीक है. But 1-1.5 घंटा दूर है, so next year maybe we can, we'll meet in I am Bangalore जब आप join कर लोगे. ठीक है. Where are you from? चलो, next question on your screen. This is the best part, guys. A best part about online is like I've taught on it, like in my 10 years of career, but I think 6 or 7 years or so I was टीचिंग ऑफलाइन. पहले तो ऑफकोर्स कोविड से ये सारा ट्रेंड शुरू हुआ, उससे पहले तो हम सब ऑफलाइन ही थे. सो आई वाज टीचिंग ऑफलाइन एंड देन ऑनलाइन. सो लॉट ऑफ पीपल थिंक कि ऑफलाइन एंड ऑनलाइन में फर्क क्या है. द बेस्ट पार्ट अबाउट ऑनलाइन is that I get to interact with students from different parts of the country, and that's really good. Otherwise I would not have met Anshu, or I would not have met you, Sovit or Shweta. आप सबसे नहीं मिल पाती. So this is I think the best part, that I get to interact with students. और बहुत कुछ सीखने मिलता है आप सबसे भी. You might not realize this, but we pick up a lot from you guys as well. अच्छा, wow, that's great, Sovit. Love Kolkata, especially you think about Kolkata and you remember all the amazing street food, right? And the mithai and the chaat and all of that. Wonderful. It's 8 o'clock B, so I think that's why I'm talking about food. Okay. In terms of campus, which IIM is best? Okay, so that's definitely relative. I've asked a lot of my students this question actually, जो लोग IIM से है, and I get a lot of different answers. Okay, for example, अगर आप पूछोगे कि सबसे infrastructure wise कौन सा best है, then I would definitely talk about, let's say, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, or Kolkata. Infrastructure के around, if you're centered around it. A lot of new IIMs and baby IIMs actually use some of these campuses के facilities भी. And they are relatively, the campuses are a little more in the outskirts and more isolated and more limited for now. But I have a student who was studying in IIM Shillong, and he says that's the most beautiful campus. I mean, he said, if you're talking about like beauty in terms of infrastructure, etc., he's talking about beauty. And he said, IIM Shillong ka campus बहुत ही beautiful है. Like आप वहाँ पे खड़े हो जाओ and you see, clouds passing through. And he said that he's had the best experience of his life studying in IIM Shillong, because he was a nature enthusiast. अरे पीयूष, आप अच्छे कमेंट्स डालो, आप रेलेवेंट कमेंट्स डालो, आप भी थोड़ा सा IIM के बारे में पूछो, आपको भी जवाब दे देंगे. चलो, क्वेश्चन का आंसर बताओ. आप क्वेश्चन का ये आंसर बता देना पीयूष, सारा अटेंशन आपको मिलेगा. चलो, क्वेश्चन का आंसर बताओ पहले. कम ऑन गाइस, राइट हो रॉन्ग हो देखेंगे, ट्राई करो. कम ऑन. Come on, everyone. Come on, guys. Come on, everyone. Come on, guys. What do you think? Answer क्या है? Okay, chalo guys, discuss करते हैं. The fundamental laws that govern the smallest constituents of matter and energy when applied to the universe over long enough through cosmic time scales can explain everything that will ever emerge. I'll explain. This means that the formation of literally everything in our universe, from atomic nuclei to atoms to molecules, etc., 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 all of it can be understood as something that emerges directly from the fundamental laws underpinning reality with no additional laws and forces. Okay, underpinning here means highlighting. Okay, underscoring. That is basically underpinning. Which of the following can be best inferred from the passage? Okay. Everything in the universe fundamentally occurs randomly. But guys, no. The author says it is not random. It comes from fundamental laws. So how is that random? All phenomena in the universe fundamentally occur spontaneously. Same cheese. Spontaneously or randomly. No. That's completely the opposite of what we are trying to, the passage is trying to explain. Fundamental laws operating in the universe and in an atom are the same. Okay? The fundamental laws that govern the smallest constituents, that is, let's say, atoms of matter and energy, when applied to the universe, can explain everything. So, जो law उधर काम आता है, वो हम यूनिवर्स पे भी अप्लाई करें तो हमको सब समझ में आ जाएगा. मतलब दोनों के जो फंडामेंटल लॉज है, they are identical or they are same. All phenomena in the universe are fundamentally dependent on long cosmic time scales. Universe over long enough cosmic time scales can explain. ये दिया है यहाँ पे. तब आप बोलोगे कि मैम, why isn't this the answer option? The main point of the passage is not to talk about phenomena as dependent on the time scale. It is basically to talk about these laws, that everything emerges from these laws. That is the main idea. Change? No, they don't undergo change. This again contradicts. The author clearly says कि दोनों के laws आप apply करोगे तो same आपको understanding मिलेगी. So that's why your answer option is 3. Okay, clear guys? Elimination process. Come on, para jumble. अब आ गया para jumble, but with options. So this makes our job a lot easier. Come on guys, option से play करो. That'll give you a hint. Subsets बनाओ, वो बहुत ज़्यादा important है. आप लोग राइट सबसेट्स बनाओगे, आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा. आपको यहाँ पे बॉक्स नहीं है, टीटा नहीं है, पूरा नहीं करना है. ऑप्शन से आपको गाइडेंस मिल जाएगा. सो इजी क्वेश्चन है गाइस. कम ऑन, ट्राई दिस आउट. कम ऑन एवरीवन. ओमेट्स में ऑप्शंस आते हैं, पैरा जंबल्स में, कैट में नहीं आते हैं. कैट में टीटा टाइप आता है, तो थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे हमारा शिफ्ट हो जाता है इन प्रिपरेशन. कम ऑन गाइस. Come on everyone. Try करो. आंसर बताओ सब लोग. Guys, 2 मिनट 2.5 मिनट per question is sufficient. XAT में important चीज याद रखो guys, that we do not have to try out all the questions. You know, interestingly, I had one student एक बार, and I asked her after the exam, what were your number of attempts? She was like, ma'am, the paper was so easy. मैंने सारे almost सारे attempt कर दिए, सारे तो नहीं, almost सारे attempt कर दिए, जल्दी जल्दी मुझे सबके answers मिल गए. Then guys, उसी time थोड़ा सा, you know, I was a little upset, not upset, मैं थोड़ा सा sad हो गई क्योंकि I knew she was a promising student and she should not have done this. So I told her, why did you do this? क्योंकि negative marking आप attract करते हो guys, और ZAT में आप सारे questions चाहे जो भी आपको नहीं आंसर करना चाहिए, आपको सिलेक्ट करना चाहिए, नेगेटिव मार्क्स होते हैं. एंड इट ऑल्सो मीन्स दैट यू डोंट गिव ईच क्वेश्चन द टाइम दैट इट डिजर्व्स, बिकॉज दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग क्वेश्चंस, दे डिजर्व टाइम. तो उसको आपको थोड़ा सा टाइम देना पड़ेगा, आप डायरेक्टली नहीं कर सकते हो. आधा मिनट में, 1 मिनट में शायद आप नहीं कर पाओगे. ठीक है, आंसर बताओ गाइस, क्या है आंसर? I'm not sure when I first became aware of the singularity. What singularity? यहाँ पे हमको फोकस करना चाहिए the word the पे. In the almost half century that I've immersed myself in computer and related technologies, I've sought to understand the meaning and purpose of the continual upheaval that I've witnessed at many levels. Okay, इसमें ज़्यादा कोई language clues दिखे नहीं. Gradually, I've become aware of a transforming event looming in the first half of the 21st century. I'd have to say it was a progressive awakening. Now, guys, if I ask you a simple question, what was a progressive awakening for the author here? Can I say this understanding, this awareness, this understanding was an awakening कि, you know, something the author has understood, अब जागा है, अब कुछ समझ में आया है, अब दिमाग की बत्ती जली, sort of a moment, right? Eureka moment. Just as a black hole in space dramatically alters the patterns of matter and energy, accelerating towards its event horizon, this impending singularity, this impending, ये भी हमारा ओपनर नहीं हो सकता है ना. अब गाइस, अगर आप ओपनर चॉइसेस देखें तो या तो 4 ओपनर है, या 1 ओपनर है, या 3 ओपनर है. Now 4 cannot be the opener. I'd have to say it was a progressive awakening. What was a progressive awakening is not answered. So I will eliminate the answer options which give me 4 as the opener. Can 3 be the opener? Gradually I have become aware. Now I'm not sure when I first became aware. I'm not sure when I first. Gradually I became aware of it. I'm not sure when I first became aware of it. Gradually ये हुआ. And this tells us what the topic is. The topic is the singularity. So more than 3, 1 is a better opener. And we know that 3 and 4 is a subset. We know that 3 and 4 is a subset. है ना? Now the question is, where should the other statements come? That is 2 and 5. Where should they come? Okay, so now see, we started off with 1 as the opener. Okay, we started with 1 as the opener. We know that 3 and 4 का link है. 3 and 4 talk about the awakening. Okay, now if you understand 5, see, this singularity in our future is increasingly transforming every institution and every aspect of human life. In almost half century that I've immersed myself in computer and related technologies, I've sought to understand the meaning and purpose of the continual upheaval that I have witnessed at many levels. अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे, so 5 बोल रहा है कि it's transforming every institution and every aspect of human life, like what the author has seen in this case. Yes, correct. The answer option is 2. Wonderful. Very good, Sovit. Wonderful, guys. Come on. Let's go to the next question. अब थोड़ा सा simple है, guys. चलो ये साथ में करते हैं. Oil painting did to appearance what capital did to social dash. It reduced everything to the dash of objects. Guys, prepositions are very important after the blank. It reduced everything to the level to the understanding, to the equality, to the randomness, or to the minuteness of objects. Everything became dash because everything became a commodity. Everything became a commodity. All reality was mechanically dashed by its materiality. I've highlighted the words you should focus on. You should focus on of. You should focus on commodity. What are the properties of a commodity? And you should focus on materiality. चलो मैंने आपको important pointers यहाँ पे mark करवा दिए. अब मेरे को option बताओ guys, आंसर क्या है? आंसर क्या है? Come on. If everything is a commodity, it is materialistic. I will not go with the word expensive here. They're not talking about cost. Useless. Either I can go with exchangeable because it's a commodity, saleable because it's a commodity, or commercial because it's a commodity. Okay. Now we are talking about something which is materialistic. Material. That means it can be measured. It has become a commodity जिसको आप measure कर सकते हो. Okay, oil painting did to appearance what capital did to social what? Exactly, first blank में सब fit होते लग रहे हैं. Setup, relations, reality, construction. First blank is not why we are going with this option. Did you understand the process? Commodity say I narrowed it down to exchangeable, saleable or commercial. Materiality say we can go with the word measured. Very good, correct. The right answer option is 3. Okay, next question guys. Again, critical reasoning question. The leave policy is bound to be unpopular either with the management or among workers. If the leave policy is unpopular with the management, it should be modified. We should adopt a new policy if it is unpopular with workers. So अगर management को अच्छा नहीं लगा तो उसको modify करो. अगर workers को अच्छा नहीं लगा तो उसको scrap करो, नया policy लाओ. So if the above statements are true, which of the following must also be true? In effect कि हम क्या truly conclude कर सकते हैं? We should attempt to popularize the leave policy among either the management or workers. Okay, focus on the word either. क्या हम दोनों में से एक ही को खुश करना चाहते हैं? We should modify the leave policy only if this will not reduce its popularity among workers. We should modify the leave policy if modification will not reduce its popularity with the management. If the leave policy is popular among workers, then we should adopt a new policy. Guys, if the leave policy is popular among workers, why would you adopt a new policy? Adopt a new policy only if it is unpopular with the workers. If the leave policy is popular with the management, then we should adopt a new policy. No, if the leave policy is popular with the management, first check if it's popular with the workers or not. If it's popular with the workers also, then fine, keep this. Only if it's unpopular with the workers, then you should adopt a new policy. अगर workers को अच्छा नहीं लगे तभी हम new policy adopt करेंगे ना. ये तो बोल रहे हैं management को अच्छा लग गया तो. So guys, what is your answer but? अब आप बोलोगे मैम क्या किया आपने तो अभी हमको explain किया ये. तो guys यही होता है. This is what I was talking about and this is the perfect question. ये perfect question है वो बताने के लिए कि XAT में यही होता है. And that's what I was just saying. You should not attempt all the questions because you're going to end up making this sort of an error. You should not attempt the questions in, let's say, half a minute or 1 minute because this is the error that you're going to make. Okay, most of the times the option which we definitely eliminate turns out to be the right answer. Take the time now guys and tell me why do you feel. Now I want you to do reverse engineering. ठीक है, थोड़ा सोचो, reverse engineering करो. That is all about thinking. Now tell me why. Why do you think 4, 5? अभी तो मैंने बता दिया कि क्यों नहीं है, हाँ वगैरह वगैरह. No, think once. Ask me, first read the question carefully. Come on. Come on, guys. Can you tell me why? What word in the passage? I'll give you a clue. What word in the passage makes phi the answer? Come, socho guys, और बताओ. Which word in the passage makes phi the answer? Which word in the passage, I'll repeat, which word in the passage makes phi the answer? The word is bound. The word is bound. The leave policy is bound to be unpopular either with the management or among workers. Means the management or the workers, one of them will definitely not like it. If the management likes it, the workers will not. And if the workers like it, the management will not. One of these situations is bound to happen. So if the leave policy is popular with the management, that means the workers will definitely not like it, which means a new policy will have to be adopted. Every word should be read carefully. Did you understand why the answer is 5? Clearly दिया है, the leave policy is bound to be unpopular. दोनों में से एक में होगा ही होगा unpopular. That means अगर मैनेजमेंट को अच्छा लगा तो वर्कर्स को नहीं लगेगा, और वर्कर्स को लग गया तो मैनेजमेंट को नहीं लगेगा. That means अगर मैनेजमेंट को अच्छा लग गया, इसका मतलब वर्कर्स को नहीं लगेगा, और वर्कर्स को नहीं लगा तो हम क्या करेंगे? हम नया पॉलिसी लाएंगे. Got it? Got it, guys? Did you understand why the answer is 5? Great. Okay, come on. Let's go to the next one. Guys, important question. This is to show you how XAT can trick you. Okay, para jumble, guys. Next question on your screen, para jumbles. Come on, try this out. Para jumble, the key to the previous question was the word bound. Come on, para jumble question on your screen. Bound was the key word there. Come on, everyone. Come on, guys. What do you think? What is the answer? Come on, everyone. Answer क्या लगता है आपको? Okay. Our knowledge about life developed over the centuries thanks to the many philosophers, psychicists, chemists, biologists who examine such complex matters according to their different points of view. Out of this long history, I wish to quote here only one date, the year 1953. In that year, Miller and Urey carried out their famous experiment about the primordial universal soup, whose foundations had already been expounded by the Russian chemist Alexander Oparin in 1924. From a mixture of 5 gases. Answer is 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, simple है, एकदम direct links है. देखो, this long history talks about over the centuries. So 1 and 2 का connection है. Over the centuries, this long history. 1953, in that year. Which year? 1953, not 1924, because 1924 में जो हुआ, that's in this sentence ना. तो एक दूसरा sentence जिसमें year mentioned है, that's only in 2. So that year 2 and 3 का definite link होगा. And this soup talks about a mixture of 5 gases. So clearly your answer option is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. As it is. Very simple. Must try. पहले वाले para jumble से तो काफी easy था. Okay, sorry guys. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Come on. Read the following sentences carefully. Identify the option with the incorrect sentences. Incorrect in terms of grammar. The boss accused her employee for stealing information. Preposition का खेल वापस. Accused does not take the preposition for. Accused takes the preposition of. You've been accused of stealing. The boss accused her employee of stealing information. So 1 is definitely wrong. So either ये हमारा आंसर ऑप्शन है 1, 2, 1, 5. तो 2 और 5 चेक करना है, बाकी को भूल जाओ. The boss had better discuss the issue with the employee concerned. Had better means must. He is good in playing the piano. Again, preposition का खेल है guys. It's so critical reasoning preposition. 2 important areas we have understood. He is good at playing the piano. Answer is third option. 1 and 5 are wrong or erroneous. Okay, passage guys. Passage पे थोड़ा सा बाद में आएंगे. One area that I wanted to touch upon is poem comprehension. So हमारे पास थोड़ा सा time has, I want to touch upon this new area. I mainly want to expose you to the different areas. तो एक बार थोड़ा passages हमने कर लिया है. Let's try out poem comprehension. ठीक है, और थोड़ा सा vocabulary पे focus करते हैं. ये areas पे हम लोग बाद में आएंगे. Okay, passages पे बाद में आएंगे थोड़ा सा. इनको hold पे रखते हैं. Okay, this is what I want you to focus on. Guys, that has another unique feature. What is that unique feature? You get a poem. Okay, like it could be an Indian poet, it could be an international poet, it could be someone who is alive, it could be someone who is posthumously, जो भी है. So this was a poem. छोटा poem भी आ सकता है, 3-4 lines का भी आ सकता है. There could be long couplets also. So it's completely relative. In CAT also earlier poem comprehension used to come in the 2000s. Okay, after that in the recent years poem comprehension हमको नहीं देखने को मिला है. Snap में भी आया हुआ है poem comprehension, but XAT still gives it, and it makes sure that you get 1 poem comprehension. So 1 poem, and generally 1 or 2 questions based on that poem. Now what happens is poems are sometimes very complicated and very deep and meaningful and insightful, and इसमें hidden lessons होते हैं, hidden meaning होता है, lot of figures of speech are used. So generally students are not very comfortable with this kind of question, because guys articles हम लोग फिर भी पढ़ते हैं, books फिर भी पढ़ते हैं, passages फिर भी पढ़ते हैं, पर poems हम लोग इतना नहीं पढ़ते हैं. Okay, poems, reading poem is something which is very like a niche category वाला point. So people are very scared of this. But guys, you don't have to worry. Now, what type of questions you don't have to understand but the pura, deep meaning and what the author is trying to say, and it's not to bring about that awareness and awakening inside you, and ये सब ना ज़ात करना चाहता है ना ऐसा होगा. Basically, what questions generally come is they ask you question on what is the central idea or the central theme of the poem. They can pick up certain lines, quote certain lines, verses, lines, and ask you whom is the author referring to here, or why has the author pointed it out, what does the author want to convey. They can also ask you which figure of speech has been used in that poem, because poem में काफी figures of speech use होते हैं ना, assonance and alliteration and all of that. So a lot of figures of speech are used in poems. तो आपको उनमें से किसी भी टाइप का क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. तो इसको कैसे टैकल करना है? Don't worry, read the poem once, read the poem twice. Just see what is the central idea. You may not understand certain words, you may not understand certain meanings. It's okay. Don't worry. Options will help you. Okay. So let's try this out. Okay, let's try out this particular poem comprehension. Yes, so I'll just pick up Sovit's question. So ma'am, could you please tell me about FMS Delhi? So that's an interesting question that you've asked, Sovit. I honestly जो आप क्वेश्चन पूछते हो उस पर मैं आपको बोलती हूँ कि मैंने एक शॉर्ट बनाया, वीडियो बनाया है. इस पे भी मैंने एक शॉर्ट बनाया जो जल्दी रिलीज होने वाला है इसी चैनल पे. I'll tell you, अभी आपने पूछा है इसलिए मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. Yes, FMS Delhi is the college which gives you the highest return on your investment. उसका फीस अगर मैं पिछले साल का अगर if I talk about the last year's batch, the fees is roughly around 4.95 lakhs. Okay, roughly around 5 lakhs. I may be wrong, थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है, but I would say roughly around 5 lakhs. And the average placement last year was around in the bracket of 20 to 25 lakhs. So if you look at it, for just an investment of 5 lakhs, आपका return on investment या your starting placement itself is around 20 to 25 lakhs. So it gives you the highest return on your investment. That's why it's why they say it's a great college. The next question that students ask is, can freshers get into it? Like they say, I'm a fresher. Can I get into it? Yes, you can. Okay, about okay, yeah. So total fees I'm talking about. So with like दोनों साल का. आप जो फिगर बता रहे हो वो 1 साल का है, दोनों साल का है. तो टोटल फीस अगर 2.5 लाख आप पकड़ रहे हो 1 साल का तो वही 5 लाख आता है. ओके, सो दोनों साल का मैं बता रही हूँ वो 5 लाख. आई थिंक वही दैट्स व्हाट आई सॉ इन देयर. ठीक है, तो आप दोनों का बता रहे हो, 1 साल का बता रहे हो. Then the second thing is, can freshers get into it? Yes, freshers can get into it. About I wouldn't say हाँ. अच्छा, दोनों साल का बता रहे हो. Then I will check and get back to you then. Maybe the course might be different or something. But anyway, the fee is very less. जैसे आप बता रहे हो, the fee is very less and the placements are very high. Freshers can get into it. The average work experience last year, in last year's batch was around 21 months. हाँ, profile थोड़ा सा आपका अच्छा होना चाहिए. But even freshers can get into it. And the second thing is, what is a CAT? But why is it so difficult actually to get into FMS? Is because the CAT percentile that they need is pretty high. Like the cutoffs go up to 98 percentile. So that is very high. There are a lot of seats up for grabs. अच्छा gender diversity भी maintain करते हैं. So that's why it's a great college, because the fee is very less and the placements are very high. So that return of investment के कारण it's considered to be a great college. One of my and the alumni base is also really good. One of my teachers actually, my MBA teacher, he was from FMS Delhi and वो दिखता है, it's a really good college. Okay, right. Okay, let's come to this poem, guys. एक बार इसको पढ़ते हैं. The slow person you left behind when finally you mastered the world and scaled the heights you now command, where is he? While you walked around the shaved lawn in your +4s, organizing with an electric clipboard your big push to tomorrow. Oh, I have come across him, yes, I have, more than once, coaxing his battered grocery cart down the freeway meridian. Others see in you sundry mythic types distinguished not just in themselves, but by the stories we put in with beginnings and surprises. The baby Oedipus on the hillside with his broken feet, or the dog whose barking saves the grandmother, flailing in the mill pond beyond the weir, dragged down by a woolen skirt. He doesn't see you as a story though. He feels you as his atmosphere. When your sun shines, he chortles, matlab laughs. When your barometric pressure drops and the thunderheads gather, he huddles under the overpass and writes me long letters with a stubby little pencil. He steals from the public library. He asks me to look out. Now guys, if you look at this poem, it basically talks about, okay, that's great Sovit. Yeah, exactly. जैसे आप बोल रहे हो, return काफी high है. Okay, so अगर आप देखोगे यहाँ पे बोला गया है कि now you've mastered the world, now you have scaled the heights, but the slow person you left behind, जो आप पहले थे शायद, वो कहाँ है? When you are walking in that shaved lawn, मतलब एकदम manicured lawns, और मतलब आप काफी पैसे कमा चुके हो, काफी established position में हो, electric clipboard, and you're thinking about a big push and all of that. Where is he? I have come across him more than once, coaxing his battered grocery cart. Battered मतलब जो अच्छे condition में नहीं. Contrast देखो, आप shaved lawn में electric clipboard के साथ घूम रहे हो, और वो जो था, वो जो unsuccessful version था, आपका जो पुराना version था, battered मतलब एकदम worn down grocery cart लेकर. यहां तक स्टूडेंट्स को समझ आ जाता है. दिक्कत आती है यहां. अब ओडिपस कौन है, हिलसाइड कौन है, बार्किंग डॉग कहां से आ गया, ग्रैंड मदर कहां से आ गई यहाँ पे. तो एक आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग थिंकिंग अबाउट फ्रॉम स्टूडेंट्स पर्सपेक्टिव ना. मैं आपको पोएम समझाने बैठूंगी, आप बोलोगे मैम ये पोएम आपने तो समझा दिया, अब ये सेम तो आने वाला नहीं है एग्जाम में. एग्जाम में हम क्या करेंगे? तो एग्जाम में मैं आपको अब तो इसलिए मैं वैसे समझाऊंगी जैसे एग्जाम में आप सोचते होंगे. अब आप ओडिपस को शायद नहीं जानते होंगे, ग्रैंड मदर डॉग, ये काफी लोगों के पल्ले नहीं पड़ेगा. तो एक बार ना पढ़ लो, क्वेश्चंस पे आओ. Which of the following best captures the theme of the poem? The poem is examining a loss of trust between old friends. The poem is celebrating success and mourning or complaining about losses. The poem is exploring the lives of the rich and the poor. The poem is analyzing a person's past and present, is meaninglessly brooding over the past. Now, see, is the poem about friends? Is it about success and losses? Is it about rich versus poor? हाँ, अभी आप rich हो, पहले poor थे. अभी आप successful हो, पहले नहीं थे. But guys, the poem is mainly about a person's past and present. It basically talks about the slow person you left behind. Where is he? The person you were, the person you left behind, now you have changed. Or now you have become this new person. So it's basically talking about the person's past and the present. So that's why easy tha guys. The answer option is 4. Clear? Did you understand this? Which of the following statements best interprets the line? He doesn't see you as a story though. He feels you as his atmosphere. He feels, एक बार जाके देखना पड़ेगा. He feels, he does not see you as a story. He feels you as his atmosphere. When your sun shines, जब आप अच्छा करते हो, वो खुश होता है. जब आप पे प्रेशर या बुरे वक्त आते हैं, then he huddles, मतलब वो भी वैसे. तो जैसे आपके साथ, so it's basically talking about when you are, it's your atmosphere, means जैसे situation में आप हो वैसे ही, that is what that person goes through. You are an extension. Your presence subsumes environment. It becomes your atmosphere. It completely surrounds you or encircles you. इसी word से guys, haunted, not a narrative, larger than life. Confusion was between 1 and 2, extension of the past, but it's not just about the extension. It's basically atmosphere. So that is why your answer option is subsume. So without going into the मतलब एकदम high level understanding भी हमने ये क्वेश्चन कर दिया इन अ वेरी सिंपल मैनर. डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस गाइज? ये समझ में आया आप सबको? ओके. Clear with this guys? The rest of the questions are on RC. I don't want to take it up now एक बार एकदम से, because I feel that you know, after 2 hours I don't think you can handle an RC now. We'll come to it later. थोड़ा सा मैं आपको XAT 2022 के भी कुछ questions दिखाना चाहती हूँ, पैटर्न क्या होता है. But उससे पहले the questions that we have tried out, and if you would have looked at this particular paper also, the analysis that I want to talk to you about is this. Your main focus first should be on critical reasoning. Okay, if you are able to get this right when we try out RCs now, you will understand this. If you are able to get your critical reasoning right, you can answer the direct CR based questions and you can answer complete critical reasoning questions as well. Next, grammar पे focus करना है guys. Main area है prepositions पे focus करो. Okay, a new area for all of you would be poem. Understand it, try some poem comprehension, PYQs try करो. Okay, उससे आपको समझ में आएगा. वोकैबुलरी के क्वेश्चन एक दो ही था, पिछले साल भी एक दो था, 2003 में भी एक दो था. सिंपल क्वेश्चन थे, वर्ड ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट नहीं थे. ग्रामर के क्वेश्चंस भी 2-3 ही मिलेंगे, ज्यादातर प्रेपोजिशन सेंट्रिक होंगे, या कॉमन जहां पे आप एरर्स आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो वो भी प्रेपोजिशन ज्यादा होता है, वर्ब्स पे काफी होता है. ओके, ज्यादातर इन्हीं एरियाज पे दे वुड बी फोकसिंग ऑन. क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? Okay, now let's go to the next one. XAT 22 का question है guys, a vocab question. Let's try this out. A lot of Bangalore based colleges, Piyush, come on guys, उनके placements में, like I used to train the students to for effective placements. चलो, next question on your screen. Guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the video. Come on everyone. Born and brought up here, Piyush. चलो अब क्वेश्चन पे फोकस करते हैं. Come on everyone. Okay, guys, let's try this out. When I ask people to name 3 recently implemented technologies that most impact our world today, they usually propose the computers, the internet and the laser. All 3 were unplanned dash and dash upon their discovery, मतलब unplanned थे, and remained dash well after their initial use. All 3 of them were astonishing, surprising, amazing or unpredicted. Now let's understand this. All 3 were unplanned. Okay, Sovid बोल रहा है 5. What about the others? What about the others, guys? Now, they were dash and remain dash. मतलब पहले भी वैसे था and अभी भी वैसे है. They were dash and remained dash. So in these two blanks, we need identical words. So they were amazing and remained amazing. Superb and superb. Fulfilling and unfulfilling out ho jayega. Because these two are opposites in nature. They are shocking and shocking. Unappreciated, unappreciated. आपको दिखा होगा ना ऑप्शन से ही कि कैसे यूनिक ऑप्शंस है. So I will eliminate the third option. Now unplanned के साथ I wouldn't go with amazing. They were unplanned and shocking दिया है, तो amazing कैसे आ गया यहाँ पे? So amazing does not really fit in here because all the other words are like unplanned and nobody unappreciated. So they're more towards a negative connotation. So unplanned से हमको क्या close है? Unpredicted, planned, unpredicted, unappreciated. Look at the parallel structure of tense bhi. So that's why your answer option is 5. Wonderful, Sovit. Come on, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's take this up as the last question, guys, for today. Chalo, last question, on your toes. Come on, everyone. What's the answer? I want everyone present in the class to give me the right answer. Chalo. Energy high, guys. Come on. Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. What is the answer? What do you think? Come on, guys. Yes, Anshu, you're from Uttarakhand. Beautiful. So I love traveling and I've explored a lot of our country actually, and Uttarakhand is one place that I have explored multiple times. So, and it's beautiful. आप कहाँ से हो अंशु? Come on, guys. What is the answer? Okay, so it says 2. What about the others? Geologists have been investigating a potential cycle in geological events for a long time. Back in the 1920s and 30s, scientists of the era had suggested that the geological record had a 30 million year cycle, while in the 1980s and 90s, researchers used the best dated geological events at the time to give a range of the length between pulses 26 to 36, more 30.6, more accurate. Now everything seems to be in order. 27 million years is right about where we'd expected. A study late last year suggested that this 27.5 million year mark is when mass extinctions happen too. So it's more about finding that particular mark. Not all species go extinct. Mass extinctions and geological pulse are correlated because of this word too. So ye mass extinctions also happened around the same time when these geological pulses का उन्होंने जो estimate लगाया है. Just because of this 2, answer option over here is 2. They are correlated. Sporadically nahi, disasters irrelevant, constant no, all species go extinct, again irrelevant. So answer option over here is 2. Great, Anshu. I've been to Haridwar, Rishikesh, of course, Dehradun, Mussoorie, Dhanolti, and a lot of upper hills bhi. Beautiful. Okay, so guys, answer option over here is 2. Clear? Did all of you understand this? Yes guys, I hope आप सबको समझ में आया है. Any doubts guys? Critical reasoning I think आप लोग को थोड़ा सा पकड़ में आ रहा है. I was able to see it. अरे ठीक है, I said that's the last question, but ये question आ गया and I cannot resist it. आप देख रहे हो कितना important है preposition. अगर आप देखो guys, वापस XAT 2022 में भी prepositions पे question था. अगेन मैं हाईलाइट कर रही हूँ गाइस कि जो लोग जैट एग्जाम के लिए और ओमेट्स के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, जब मैं स्नैप का सेशन ले रही थी तब भी मैंने आप सबको बोला था कि प्रेपोजिशंस पे फोकस करो. ओके, यस, आई विल सो इट. आई विल टेक योर कमेंट एंड definitely I will either upload it or do it live. Most probably I will try and do it live. If not possible, I will definitely आपको रिकॉर्ड्स तो मिल ही जाएंगे और फिर आप उसको देख लो और क्वेश्चंस पूछ लेना लाइव क्लास में. ओके, एक कर लेते गाइस. प्रेपोजिशन आ गया, रेजिस्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे. चलो, द मैनेजर वाज इनकरेक्ट देखना है हमको. द मैनेजर वाज सिटिंग एट द डेस्क. माय वर्क इज सुपीरियर टू योर्स. आई प्रेफर टी दैन कॉफी. ही वाज अक्यूज्ड फॉर स्टीलिंग गोल्ड. देखो सेम रेपिटेशन आया है यहाँ पे. दिस इज एन एक्सेप्शन टू द रूल. They are leaving to England soon. Okay, now I'm sure ये definitely आपको लग रहा है कि incorrect है. This is definitely incorrect. We have done this. Accused takes the preposition of. So 4 is definitely incorrect. ठीक है, repeated question है guys. तो हम लोग वो option select कर लेंगे जहां पे 4 है और बाकी को निकाल देंगे, है ना. अब सबको पता है गाइस, ये तो सबने सोचा होगा, आपके टीचर्स ने भी ड्रिल किया होगा, मैंने भी आप पे बहुत ड्रिल किया है ये वाला. गाइस, प्रेफर डज नॉट टेक द प्रेपोजिशन दैन. प्रेफर टेक्स द प्रेपोजिशन टू. आई प्रेफर टी टू कॉफी. आई प्रेफर कॉफी टू टी. तो 3 भी डेफिनेटली इनकरेक्ट है. अब वो तो ठीक है मैम, आप बोल रही हो सारे ऑप्शंस में 3 है. सारे, मेरा नाम पीयूष. Search it from my name. Okay, same है. Okay. Now, so 3 है, 4 definitely incorrect है. Guys, they are leaving to England soon. They are leaving for England soon, or you can say, see, दोनों हो सकता है. अगर आप इंग्लैंड छोड़ के जा रहे हो, then you will say they are leaving England soon. अगर आप इंग्लैंड के लिए जा रहे हो, that's mostly the intention of this particular statement, then you would say you're leaving for Delhi or you're leaving for England. So 3, हमारा 3, 4 और 6 गलत है. So आंसर ऑप्शन यहाँ पे है 3. आंसर ऑप्शन यहाँ पे है 3. Clear guys? Did you understand this? Guys, likes बटन प्रेस करना मत भूलना, सेशन शेयर करना मत भूलना. देखो वापस पोएम आ गया. Okay guys, अगर आप are you in for it? Shall we just try out this poem? If you're in for it, I will do it. अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि मैम रहने देते हैं, नेक्स्ट क्लास में करते हैं, तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में करेंगे. आप बता दो. I think we should do. I think all of you are getting it right and थोड़ा सा वो मोराल बन रहा है. करें पोएम करें. छोटा सा पोएम है गाइस. आप बोलोगे मैम आप बोले लास्ट क्वेश्चन, बट अब देखो क्वेश्चन ही ऐसे ऐसे आ रहे हैं कि थोड़े थोड़े नए टाइप्स हैं. आई वांट यू टू गो थ्रू इट. करें, ट्राई करें. चलो ट्राई करते हैं. रीड द पोएम केयरफुली एंड आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चन. आई स्माइल्ड एट यू बिकॉज आई थॉट दैट यू वर समवन एल्स. हाँ, done so with. You smiled back. And there grew between two strangers in a library something that seems like love. But you loved me, if that's the word, because you thought that I was other than I was. And by, we found we'd been mistaken all the while. From that first glance, that first mistaken smile, it's actually very deep. But anyway, try this out. यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आ गया. यहाँ पे you must have gotten a little lost. थोड़ा सा I'll give you time. 1-2 मिनट लो. Try करो. हाँ, yes अंशु वही है. चलो try करो ये. Come on, try this out. I smiled at you because I thought that you were someone else. So first थोड़ा सा mistaken identity हो गया. You smiled back and उससे बीच में, you know, there between two strangers in a library, something that seems like love. But you loved me because you thought that I was other than I was. मुझे किसी और को समझ के तुमने मुझसे, you loved me. And by धीरे धीरे realize हुआ कि we'd been mistaken all the while. From that first glance, अब इससे जो क्वेश्चन है वो है which of the following cannot be inferred from the poem. अरे गाइस आप क्वेश्चन लिख रहे हो, मेरा इंस्टाग्राम आईडी ढूंढ रहे हो, पहले क्वेश्चन पे फोकस करो. चलो, यू आर ब्रिंगिंग मी बैक टू ज़ैट 2023 वाला, यू नो, सोशल वाला, मीडिया वाला, फॉर मीनिंगफुल पर्पस ऑल्सो एंड फॉर वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम ऑल्सो. चलो पहले ये करो, नारियल का पेड़ वाला, वो कंफ्यूजन में बाद में दूर करूंगी आपका. पहले ट्राई दिस आउट. अच्छा, इसका जो ऑप्शंस है ना गाइस, वो थोड़ा सा मिस्टेक हो गया आई थिंक. अच्छा ओके, ऑप्शंस जो है वो स्लाइड छूट गया है, थोड़ी सी गलती हो गई है. बट हाउ आई एम एबल टू सी दैट स्लाइड ना, पर यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? आई थिंक वो नीचे है, वो चला गया है. आई जस्ट स्क्रॉल एंड सी. गाइस वो थोड़ा सा नीचे छुप गया है. ओके, हाउ डू आई शो दैट पार्ट टू यू? एक मिनट रुको गाइस, मैं दिखाती हूँ आपको. एक सेकेंड, आई विल जस्ट शो यू द क्वेश्चन. आई विल टेक अप योर क्वेश्चन सोवित. एक सेकेंड दो बस, मैं आपको पैसेज दिखाना चाहती हूँ, क्वेश्चन दिखाना चाहती हूँ. ओके, इसको दिखाने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ गाइस मैं. तब तक आप नेक्स्ट वाला एक बार क्वेश्चन ट्राई करो, फिर मैं वो क्वेश्चन डिस्प्ले कर रही हूँ. ठीक है, एक बार उसको गो थ्रू कर लो तब तक. हाँ, सोवित आपका क्या क्वेश्चन था? I'll just take a screenshot of it and upload it. Okay, why is CAT RC difficult compared to bank or SSC? Is there any reason? Okay, yes, Sovit, I'll actually come to that reason. The first point is कि जो bank और SSC, yes, I agree. The competition in those examinations are way more than the CAT examination. The number of aspirants are way more. The first difference I would say, Sovit, is you have to understand कि job profile क्या है. When you're giving the CAT examination, what you're expected to do is you're expected to become a manager. Okay, you directly go into the management level cadre. Okay, which if you talk about most of the organizations, that actually comes up to level 3 or level 4 if you're talking about a relatively flat organizational structure. So you're talking about level 3, level 4 and higher. Okay, so you're expected to get into a higher cadre. But अगर आप बैंक और SSC एग्जाम्स की बात करें तो उसमें जैसे बैंक्स आई विल टेक, तो इफ यू टॉकिंग अबाउट क्लर्क्स और प्रोबेशनरी ऑफिसर्स, क्लर्क्स का और भी इजी होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि योर जॉब इज गोइंग टू बी ऑफ अ बैंक क्लर्क. So that's a relatively, it requires simpler skills than what a probationary officer would require. And a bank clerk and a bank probationary officer basically requires simple language skills, mathematical skill. आप language की बात कर रहे हो तो language skills simple होने चाहिए. Secondly, where these are placed, अगर आप बैंक और SSC की बात करो तो generally जहाँ पे आप post होते हैं वहाँ पे most of them need you to have a language of the local language as well, so that you're able to interact with the customers and you're able to interact with the stakeholders and आपका जो जनता है वहाँ का, you're able to interact with them. So वहाँ पे language के आपको high usage नहीं चाहिए, basic understanding चाहिए. Secondly, you're not being bank manager level तक तो आप बहुत बाद में पहुंचोगे, right? That promotion scale is there, आप बहुत बाद में पहुंचोगे. तो प्रोफाइल अगर आप देखोगे तो क्लर्क, प्रोबेशनरी ऑफिसर, मैनेजर. अब MBA करके आप कहाँ जा रहे हो? मैनेजमेंट पोजीशन में जा रहे हो, तो उस पोजीशन की रिक्वायरमेंट्स ही बहुत हायर है. And that's why. And plus, that's more of an entrance. CAT is an entrance exam into a college, whereas those are entrance examinations into jobs. तो वहाँ पर भी फर्क आता है. Okay, and most of these colleges, they would expect, they can expect you to be placed internationally also, working for large multinational corporations, जहाँ पे आपका language का requirement, thinking, critical reasoning skills के requirement बहुत ज़्यादा है. So those are the reasons why it's higher. Okay. Yes. Okay, try this question out, guys. I'll try to display that slide for all of you. Come on, guys. Okay, Anshu, आपका जो question है, am I going to teach GMAT on this? But like I have taught GMAT. I mean, most of my life teaching career, I focused on CAT, GMAT, GRE, all of these examinations. Yes, if definitely ये जो channel है textbook MBA है, so all the examinations that can get you that MBA seat is what we're going to focus on. But yes, it also depends upon the requirements of the students. So yes, if we have a good student base जो GMAT चाहते हैं हमसे, we'll definitely work on it. Okay, we'll definitely come up with a GMAT course. आपको बस अपनी requirements बतानी है और हम लोग पूरे करते जाएंगे. Okay, yeah. Which of the following sentences are grammatically correct? अभी तक incorrect, incorrect, incorrect पूछ रहे थे. अब क्या पूछ रहे हैं? Which of the following is correct? ठीक है. Have you any clothes to dispose of? I saw a pleasant dream last night. I have done it many a times safely. Students struggle to cope up with academic pressure. You need not give negative feedback to your employees. My friend is good at playing football. Guys, ये correct है ना? हमने देखो कैसे खेल खेला है. XAT 2023 में playing in डाल दिया, वो हमने error mark किया. यहाँ पे correct दिया है. Good at playing football is correct. So 6 is definitely correct. So either it's 156 or it is 456. ठीक है, हमने ये दो options के बीच में 0 in किया था. Now both have 5 and 6 in common, so you don't even have to check them. 1 and 4 is what you have to see. Have you any clothes to dispose of? Students struggle to cope up with. No, you will not say up. You will say students struggle to cope with academic pressure. Cope up यहाँ पे redundant है. Up is not required. All you will say is students struggle to cope with academic pressure. So which are the statements which are correct? The answer option is 1, 5 and 6 are correct. And the others are wrong. What is the error here? Many a time. I have done it many a time safely. के कारण time आएगा. The meaning is the same. Many times और many a time में meaning same है, but sentence structure अलग है. Okay? Got it, guys? Clear with this? Okay, now let me just display that particular slide, क्योंकि वो हमने थोड़ा सा अधूरा छोड़ दिया था. I'll just show you that slide. Okay, आप लोग को दिख रहा है guys? ये है question इससे. From that first glance, that first mistaken smile, which of the following cannot be inferred from the poem? The idea of love is different for the parties involved. Yes, that's why they talk about it as mistaken. मतलब गलती से किसी ने कुछ समझ लिया और हो कुछ और गया या निकला कुछ और. So there's a case of basically mistaken identity. We don't fall in love with others, but with ourselves. Love may start with small acts like glancing, that first glance, that first smile. We fall in love with strangers, first glance, first smile. We make mistakes in love, that's why mistaken love and mistaken smile diya hai. But it's not this comparison between love with others and self-love. Ye wala part is passage mein, is poem mein nahi hai. So that's why your answer option cannot be, your answer option is 2, that cannot be inferred. Got it, guys? I hope आप सबको समझ में आ गया वो point. Yes, clear with this? So basically they have not spoken about that particular point. About self-love versus love for others. Okay. Right, guys. I hope this is clear, everyone. So ये question भी हमने answer कर लिया है. चलिए ये वाला सच में last question रखते हैं and try this out, guys. Last question on your screen, vocabulary. Come on, everyone. Last question आज के लिए आपके screen पे है. चलो. The moment we no longer have a free press, anything can happen. What makes it dash for a totalitarian or any other dictatorship to rule? What makes it dash for? Focus on this preposition for यहाँ पे. That dash are not informed, are not informed. How can you have an opinion if you're not informed? If everybody always lies to you, the dash is not that you believe the lies, but rather that nobody believes anything any longer, because everyone's lying. This is because lies by their very nature have to be changed, and a lying government has dash to rewrite its own history. What makes it dash for a totalitarian or any other dictatorship is to rule is, how is it possible? Okay, what makes it possible? What makes it absurd, unpleasant, unique and necessary? Definitely it is not necessary for dictatorship to rule. Option 5 हम eliminate कर देंगे. Now हम dictatorship में who are not informed? Dictatorship में the people, the common man is not informed. Not the senators. The senator वैसे भी यहाँ पे आएगा नहीं because you're talking about dictatorship. Senators are the members of your parliament, है ना? So anyway, senators यहाँ पे आएगा नहीं. Who are not informed? The people are not informed, है ना? The people are not informed. You and I are not informed, or the people are not. The basic public is not informed. सो सेनेटर्स यहाँ पे आएगा ही नहीं. ओके, सो या तो प्लेबियन बोल सकते हो या सब्जेक्ट्स बोल सकते हो या पीपल बोल सकते हो. If everybody always lies to you, the dash is not that you believe the lies. Of course that this is not beauty, it's actually the danger कि आपको सब कुछ गलत लगता है, आप सब कुछ झूठ लगता है, आप कुछ भी विश्वास नहीं करते हो. So definitely it cannot be beauty. What makes it unpleasant for a totalitarian or any other dictatorship to rule? Yeah, what makes it possible? Guys, the answer is A. What makes it possible? How is a dictatorship formed? A dictatorship is formed when people do not know what is happening. So what makes it possible that people are not informed? Okay. And the consequence is that, and look at the last line. And a lying government has dashed to rewrite its own history. Has constantly, because it has to be changed. You have to constantly keep on rewriting your own history. The lying government has forced to rewrite. No, you can't say has forced to rewrite, right? Has been forced. Look at Soviet, look at the structure. एक बार पढ़ के देखो. This is because lies by their very nature have to be changed. And a lying government has forced to rewrite. Either a lying government has been forced to rewrite, or a lying government is forcing people to rewrite. But no, you're talking about the government rewriting, right? The sentence structure should have been has been forced. So even the verb form is not correct here. Did you understand that now? अब समझ में आया आपको? Yes, has been forced. वो correct होता. I've been forced to eat this without my wish. Okay, got it? Clear everyone? Wonderful. Okay, you've done really good, guys. We'll continue with it. I'll post the PDF as requested by all of you. Great going, guys. Learning till now is vocab के simple questions आएंगे. XAT के vocabulary से इतना डरने का जरूरत नहीं है. Critical reasoning के important questions आएंगे. Prepositions के important questions आएंगे. Reading comprehension में critical reasoning based questions ही आएंगे. And poem comprehension आएगा. So what will be our focus in the next XAT verbal class? Our focus is going to be on reading comprehension. Okay, over the years. So please make sure that you attend it. Okay, and guys, कल CMAT का lecture है. I will see you all at 9 PM. Okay, उससे पहले I will put across a video जहाँ पे आपको CMAT का road map दिख जाएगा. Syllabus क्या है, pattern क्या है, and उसके बाद हम लोग 9 PM से CMAT की preparation करेंगे. Okay, wonderful guys. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for attending, and thank you कि आपने अपने insights दिए, and आप बता रहे हो कि आपको कैसे lectures चाहिए, कैसा हमसे content चाहिए, which is great. I think that's how, you know, it should be, and that's great. So please keep doing that, and thank you everyone. Don't forget to press the like, share and subscribe button as I always say. And CMAT का course launch हो चुका है guys. Make sure करो कि आप लोग CMAT के preparation के बारे में सोचो. Crash course है, less than 50 days है हमारे पास preparation के लिए. उसमें हमको पूरा syllabus खत्म करना है, and अच्छे से खत्म करना है, exhaustively खत्म करना है. You can use my code RDMAM, that's Ritu Dudhoria ma'am, RDMAM. But guys, ma'am का spelling गलत मत लगा देना, ठीक है? MAM मत लगा देना. It's MAAM. So RDMAAM. You can use my code to subscribe for any of the courses. Okay. Thank you so much and take care everyone. Good night. Bye-bye.